Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're taking a look at the 2017 Koenigsegg Agera RS. Now this was produced between 2015 and early 2018, with only 25 of them being made. Now yeah, the obvious comparison to this car is going to be the Bugatti Chiron, which is something I'm going to be comparing this car against. But yeah, this car is full of amazing stats, quite frankly. At 155 mile an hour, for instance, it produces 992 pounds of downforce, which is a huge amount of weight for this car to deal with, especially since that's nowhere near its top speed. And yeah, talking about a speed, is obviously we need to talk about the engine, which is pretty monstrous, to be honest. Which is... sorry. It's right between these two little toggles. There we go. So yeah. It's the 5-litre twin turbocharged V8 that would become used to from Koenigsegg, but it's got an additional 1 megawatt of power from a battery, which means it can have 1,341 horsepower and 1,010 pounds-feet of torque, which is a pretty incredible amount of power, quite frankly, and even more so when you consider the fact that this car only weighs 3,075 pounds, so very little in the way of weight for a car of this size and power. And yeah, an immense amount of power as well for a car that doesn't weigh all that much and also only has rear wheel drive. And yeah, that's in comparison to the Chiron, quite frankly, because the Chiron has 138 horsepower more, 170 pounds-feet of torque more, but it also weighs a massive 1,323 pounds more as well. So quite frankly, the Chiron needs that extra power to make up for that huge amount of extra weight. But yeah. To really see what this car can do though, we've got to take it out onto the open road, because it is quite insane, quite frankly. So let's get out there and see what it can do. So yeah, the combination of obviously having turbochargers and the fact it's a V8 with plenty of torque means that this car, along with the battery, has torque all over the rev range, quite frankly. And the fact that it's got to go through those rear wheels as well means that this car is quite hairy, and by quite I mean a lot, because yeah, that lack of weight compared to the Bugatti really does show, because it wastes no time in terms of getting up to speed at all, and that's proven in the acceleration times. 0 to 60 in 2.812 seconds, 0 to 100 in 4.662 seconds, and according to this game at least, it will go up to a top speed of 279 miles an hour. Now the Koenigsegg guys did actually do a test run of this car, and it did an average of 278 miles an hour, but on one of the test runs, because it has to go in two different directions to get a average speed, it did 285 miles an hour, which quite frankly makes a Chiron look like a donkey, quite frankly, because that car can only do 261 miles an hour. So even if you take the official average speed, or that one test run going one way, this car's far quicker than the Chiron in terms of top speed. Granted, it's not as quick in terms of acceleration, because obviously this is only rear wheel drive and it's still dealing with the same kind of power, but in terms of top speed, this car is way better. And it's also better in terms of handling as well, because of that lack of weight, and it's better in terms of another record as well, in terms of 0 to 249 mile an hour and back to 0 again, because this car did that in 44 seconds, which is a massive 5.56 seconds quicker than the Chiron, and it actually decelerated from 249 mile an hour in less than 10 seconds. So yeah, I can imagine that would hurt quite a fair bit, to be honest. And yeah, that's a couple of records that it's easily snatched from the Chiron, and I prefer this to the Chiron by miles, quite frankly. I think that Bugatti is a bit overrated, to be honest, and this is just better. Sure, it's a more tricky car to deal with, and you're probably going to have difficulties keeping it in a straight line and not oversteering madly or crashing or anything like that, but it's more fun, it's more exciting than the Chiron, and the fact that it can go a lot quicker on the top end as well just makes it, you know, a car that's quite frankly a record breaker. And oh dear, there's not much more fun than having a record breaker as a car, even if it is something that you struggle to handle like that. And yeah, I just think it's better than the Chiron. That lack of weight really does make a difference in terms of handling and how it feels to drive. and quite frankly, I'll have one of these over the Chiron any day of the week, even if it is a lot rarer. Because, yeah, like I said, there are only 25 of them made, whereas there was hundreds of the Chiron being made. But this is a lot more special, quite frankly. And yeah, if Bugatti are ever going to beat this in car in terms of top speed, it's going to have to pull it well out of the bag, because, yeah, to get more than 285 mile an hour is going to take a hell of a lot of engineering. And yeah, I'm not expecting it anytime soon, quite frankly. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.